We know that good health starts in the kitchen. What you put inside your body will help produce and promote a healthy lifestyle, but also produce all the good things and the releases that we need. And so, these air fryer crispy garlic mushrooms we're about to make in a panko crust are the perfect balance of crunchy breadcrumbs and soft mushrooms with a touch of garlic. Yes, served with a creamy chive dip. These can also be enjoyed as a starter, side, or even a canapé, for example. And Dr. Michele was here earlier on, in fact, inspired this recipe. So now we're going to get into it.
Right, buddy. So for this, we're using the air fryer, which is amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, if you give these little mushrooms, once they've been coated, a little light spray with a cooking spray, you can avoid all the oil and fattiness that comes with deep frying. So that's the first major tick here.
You really feel good about the decision you've made just by having done that.
Exactly, and you get all the benefits in terms of like the enjoyment factor of the crunch and the soft, juicy mushroom on the inside without all of the negatives. And it really is quick and easy. They'll take about 15 minutes there. So while you work on our beautiful dipping sauce, which is almost as important when making a beautiful crispy coated mushroom, I'm going to take you through the production line here.
Okay, cool.
And it's really simple. So we're using button mushrooms or portobellini. You want something that's relatively small, that's going to kind of stay firm, but that is still bite-sized so you can get it into your mouth. Now, these have been washed with mushrooms, and it took me a long time to figure this out. Don't wet them, don't rinse them, because they're like a sponge. They absorb moisture, which means as soon as you cook them, what's going to happen?
They're just going to come off. Already as they are, I mean, mushrooms are quite moist on their own. They're quite water-filled on their own.
So and of course, you're encasing them in a crust here, so that moisture is going to explode the crust. You don't want that moisture turning to steam and coming out. So just take a paper towel or a damp cloth and just brush them off. Brush them off, because there'll be a little bit of soil or something left on the mushrooms.
Yes, of course.
Most of them, they generally get clean before they come to you, but do that as a safety case. Okay, so I'm going to actually start at the end of the production line and work back, because we are adding some beautiful smoked paprika.
You already have my full attention with that, because for me, that spicy element at the start is perfect. It's all I like.
And a whole lot of garlic. And this is going to form part of the crust. So as you're crunching through it, you're going to get those little pops of flavor, the smokiness from the paprika. It's all going to be beautiful. And you see how you've got those beautiful little clumps. And this process is really simple and easy, and you can go through it, I would say, about twice to make sure. Let me just beat these little eggs up quickly here. And this is such a good kind of crumbing recipe, if you will, to give a beautiful crust on anything that you're making. This is
the one.
Our foodie team's kind of best way of doing it.
Well, I think, one of the things we do know for sure when it comes to creating that sort of crusty, crummy sort of taste or bite to anything is that you want it to be as convenient and as easy to do as possible. It can go wrong very easily, so you want to make sure that you find a way and you stick to it. This one is really an airtight sort of way to bring this recipe into that form.
Okay, so we've got our first little coating done. Just want to get it quite liberal, then we're going to toss it into here.
Stunning. Love that. Love your work.
And then, you know what?
What?
I'm crazy, y'all. I'm doing it again.
I know you're crazy.
I'm crazy,
but
man.
Graham, you should have put on your high heels for this particular recipe as well.
I mean,
it's a special moment. I know, I've been seeing you eyeing them the whole time throughout the show.
I really am missing the height advantage. Okay, so, and then this is the production line that you
keep
follow.
Repeating until you've got a generous coating of that. But if you don't have an air fryer, this recipe can also be made in the oven at 180 degrees. Small button mushrooms, they really are the best type to use for this type of recipe because they stay firm when you're cooking. And if you can't find them, maybe also use portobellini, which Graham did already say. But you must, and I repeat this, Graham's already said it, avoid rinsing your mushrooms under direct water, because what this will do is, like he said, absorb all of the liquid. So while Graham is repeating that process, I want to make our sauce very quickly. So we've got some chives going into our clover authenticos, Greek style, because we're traveling all the way, all across the world to Greece with this particular one. So our chives are in there. What is this?
See, that's black pepper for sure.
Black pepper. You must check, So, got the black pepper going in there. A bit generous with that. I would say about 3 scoops of your clover authenticos. Mix it all up together nicely. You want to make sure that your chives and your peppers are all nicely spread within the sauce. And if it is a little bit hard to sort of mix, what you want to do is add a little bit of water. Water is always the go-to. So you soften it up a little bit. Or if you wanted, you could even add like a squeeze of lemon. Just a little bit.
top there.
Give it a nice
There we go.
zestiness.
Into your air fryer, 15 minutes at 180 degrees. You can flip them over 7.5 minutes through there just to ensure that you get equity with your crustiness. And there you have it, beautiful, crunchy and delicious button mushrooms.
Go to expressoshow.com if you want the recipe with all of the ingredients. You're going to love this one.